and welcome to Upside Down Pilates. Today I have a special guest with me, Tiffany Lotus from Seattle, and she is going to be teaching me a Yamuna body rolling and Pilates class. You can find her online at lotusmovement.com. Take it away, Tiffany.
Okay, we're going to start with a resistant band exercise, and this is just one to work on mobility and some fascia. So we're going to have you start sitting on the band, get in position, and then you're going to take the band and sit on the end of the band so we have some room. Great. And then you're going to take the band and wrap it diagonally across the front of you. And I'm going to just help you by grabbing it. And I'm going to bring it under your arm and across your back. And then you're going to hold on to the end. And let's bring it over your hand. So we're getting kind of this whole twisted line. Great. So we're going to just think of this as an exploration. And you're just gonna use your breath however you intuitively feel like you want to use it, and you can vary it. So a little bit of variation, you can vary how fast and slow you want to go. But you're gonna start by rotating to your right and reaching your arm out as you rotate. And then you'll come back and bend your elbow. And then you're gonna do that again. So you'll rotate to your right, reach the arm long, and bend the elbow and come back. And then you can add a little bounce to that. You're gonna rotate. Great, and we'll add a little flexion on there. So rotate, and as you rotate, you're just gonna flex the spine a little bit, and then come back, bend the elbow. And again, rotating to the right, flex the spine, reach through your arm, and then coming back. Great, and let's do one more. And then rotating all the way back to the front, and you'll unwrap yourself. And just take a minute to breathe and feel both sides of the rib cage. And then let's just give a little rotation to the right and feel how that feels. And then a little, and coming back to the front, and then a rotation to the left to feel the difference in each side. And you should feel a little more freedom to the right.
Definitely.
Are you ready for the other side?
Yep.
We'll just flip this.
It feels really good, actually.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites to start with. It's in my personal routine. So you're going to cross the front and wrap the back, and then bring it around the top of the hand. Okay, and start facing the front. And then again, you're just gonna use whichever breath you want. You can inhale or exhale as you rotate. So you're gonna rotate and reach the arm, and then bend the elbow and come back. And then again, rotating to the left this time, reaching the arm and coming back. And then you can play with a little bit of a bounce. So as you reach, you can give it a little bounce and reach. And kind of reach a little further. Great. And this time you're going to add flexion. So you'll rotate to the left and flex the spine. Great. And coming back. And again, rotating to the left, flexing the spine, reaching long through the arm. And coming back to the front. And last time. This time as you're out, just take a big breath. Great. And coming back to your starting position. And you can unwrap yourself. And then check out both sides. Take a big breath into the ribs. And then rotating to the left. And rotating to the right. Okay, how was that?
It felt delicious.
Awesome. So the next one we're gonna do in the same theme is gonna be sideline. So we're gonna have the ball in the side of your ribs just under your armpit. And then we're gonna take the band on the whole top side. So your top leg is gonna be long. Oops. I'm gonna fold this resistance band in half and just wrap it right around your foot. And then you're gonna hold on to this band with your hand. Great. So you're gonna do a little weird thing with your foot. You're actually gonna roll it in, and then you're gonna reach up and over your head with your arm. Great, so you're gonna take a nice big inhale in here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your leg, flex your foot, and bend your elbow at the same time. And you're just gonna come up a little bit. Yep. And then come all the way back down. And this time you're not gonna bend your knee. So elbow bends, leg lifts, and then reach back over. Perfect. And then again, just like that same exploration, using whatever breath you think feels good for you. And you can even give it a little bounce on the way up. So as you bend the elbow, you could do a little bounce, bounce, and then reaching long. And last one. Great, and a nice big reach. Excellent. And then go ahead and relax. I'll take this band.
Other side.
Other side. That way you're even and not walking in circles.
So when you're saying to do like a bounce, like a reach
You could do
up?
a little bounce like this. Like
I
a little
see.
reach,
Okay.
or just finding some buoyancy in that movement.
Okay.
So again, that exploration idea, since we're thinking more along the lines of fascia, so not having such a rigid exhale, inhale. Instead, just listening to the body and playing around so you can vary it. It's a little more free form. And then, yep, you're gonna roll the outer edge of the foot towards the mat, and then you're gonna reach long with the arms. So we're getting this big, long stretch in that whole top side of the body. Take an inhale here, fill the air on the top side, and then you're gonna bend the elbow, flex the foot. Excellent. And then lengthen back down. And then again. Good. And reaching long, 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 long in that top side. And then elbow bends, foot flexes, and reaching long. And let's try a little bounce on this next one. So you can bounce the elbow, yes. And reaching back. And one more time. And as you come back, reaching really long on that top side, getting that nice big stretch, and go ahead and relax. Okay. Let's move on to some rolling. We're gonna start with the legs, and I'm gonna give you this pearl ball, and let's start with your left leg. So you're gonna put that ball under your left sit bone. Yep, and yep, you'll have your right leg bent. Actually, you'll have both legs bent, just like that. And we're just gonna start by going a little bit in front, just in front, and just behind. So you're gonna bend your knees, bring your body a little bit forward, the ball will roll just behind that sit bone, and then pressing into your feet, starting to straighten the knees a little just to go in just in front. And we'll go back and forth like this, a little bit behind and a little bit in front. Excellent. So we're starting with bone. We're starting at the attachment point of these muscles. Great, one more time, going to the back, and then just in front, and then you're gonna go right on that bone. And then we're gonna do a little side to side. So you're gonna move your butt, move your hips ever so slightly to the left, the ball goes just to the outside, and then other direction, the ball goes just barely inside. And we'll go side to side here. Great. And you're doing a great job of staying upright and in a neutral position. So we want to keep the pelvis from tucking during these exercises. Perfect. And a little bit to the inside, and then coming right back on that bone. And then we're just gonna do a couple of little circles. So pick a direction and you're gonna circle around. Great, and then we're gonna reverse that circle to the other side. And then coming right back on that sit bone, you're gonna straighten your left leg out, and you're gonna use your hands pressing into the mat, and you'll use that foot on the mat, and you're gonna press into the mat, send your sit bone out behind you, and bring that ball just in front. Excellent. You're gonna take a big inhale here, and then on your exhale, you're just gonna try to let go of the muscles under the ball and let your weight sink into the ball. And then I want you to do this little exercise or little trial. You're gonna engage the muscle, your hamstring muscle right above the ball, and try to press into the ball, and then let it go. And as you let go, you'll probably feel that the ball sinks in a little more. So that's what we're after. So instead of muscling our way through, you wanna let the ball sink in. Like if you were getting a massage, you're not gonna resist against that. From here, you can keep your feet just like that, or if you have the flexibility, you could go into more of a runner's stretch, and you have that flexibility. So from here, we're just gonna travel the rest of the way, all the way to about 3/4 of the way down the leg. So we're gonna start with the first third.
Let's scooch forward a bit. I think we're gonna run out of mat.
Okay, you're gonna take an inhale here. You're gonna exhale, let the weight sink and get really heavy into the ball. You're gonna use your hands to press into the floor, send your sit bone out behind, and let the ball roll down a little bit. Excellent. You're gonna take an inhale, and then you're gonna exhale, sinking into the ball, letting the leg get heavy. Great. And again, inhale and exhale. Feel the spine long, feel the back of the leg long. Good. Inhale to stay, and exhale using the hands, thinking of the sit bone reaching out to the wall behind you. And then you're gonna inhale and exhale to stay here. As you exhale, you can think of the spine growing longer, the back line of the leg getting longer. Great, and then on this next exhale, you'll sink into the ball, use your hands into the floor, send the sit bone out to the wall behind you. Great. And one more breath, and exhale, sinking into the ball. You're gonna pull back, and this will be your last spot. Take an inhale and an exhale here. On that exhale, let the weight fall into the ball, let the muscles under the ball relax. And then we're just gonna go ahead and I'll just have you come forward and bring the ball back to that sit bone, and we'll switch sides. Great. And we're gonna start with that back and forth again. So you can have both feet on the mat, and you're gonna send your hips a little forward, and the ball will come just behind that sit bone. And then you're gonna press into your feet, send your hips back, the ball goes just in front. Yep, and you wanna be directly on your right sit bone. And then we'll go back and forth with that. Good. So we're stimulating the bone, we're stimulating all the muscles surrounding the bone. And then coming back onto that sit bone, we'll go side to side. So you'll send your hips to the left, the ball comes to the outside, and then you'll cross sending the hips. Yep, and the ball comes to the inside, and again, to the outside, and just to the inside. And we'll do one more side to side. Excellent. And then we're just gonna do a few circles. So pick a direction, and you're gonna circle around, getting front, back, side, and side. And then we're gonna reverse that circle. Excellent. And then you're gonna come back onto that sit bone. So you're on your right side now. You're gonna extend your right leg long, and you're gonna use your hands into the mat, and you're gonna reach your sit bone out behind you as much as you can, press into the hands, and bring the ball just in front of that sit bone. So now you're in that tendon. You're gonna take a couple breaths here, inhaling, and then exhaling. Let the weight get heavy into the ball, let the tissue under the ball sink, and let the ball in a little more. And then another breath, and exhale to stay. And then here you can do that runner stretch with the leg again. Great. And then that focus is still nice long spine. If you'd like, you did it on the other side intuitively, you can hinge forward. If you don't have that flexibility, you can stay straight up. And then if you can't do that runner stretch too, you can keep the other leg up. So it's all about what's available to you, but you have that flexibility. So now you're gonna use your hands on either side of the leg. You're gonna take a breath. On the exhale, you're gonna push the fingertips, send your sit bone out behind you. Great. And then inhale here. And then exhale, letting go, sinking into the ball. Great, another inhale. And again, on the exhale, keeping the weight, sending the sit bone behind. You're doing a great job of not tucking the pelvis, so you're keeping that sit bone reaching out. And then on your next exhale, you're gonna sink into the ball and use the fingertips and push back a little more. Good. Inhale and exhale to stay. As you exhale, you're just letting your weight fall into the ball a little more, letting the ball sink in. And then again, nice big inhale, lengthening through the spine. On the exhale, sit bone reaches long, leg stays nice and long. Great. And you can think about the leg unwinding. You can think about the energy lengthening through the leg. And we'll do one more inhale and exhale. And on your exhale, you're gonna push back. And this is your last spot. So we'll take an inhale here to stay. And exhale, visualizing that leg unraveling and getting really long. And then you'll just come back forward onto that sit bone and come off the ball. Excellent. And we didn't do our test, but you can sit with your legs straight out in front. And you'll probably feel a little longer in the back line.
Yeah, it feels nice. It's amazing how much tighter the right side is from the
Right.
left.
And this work is really great exploration to figure out those things. Like, we're all asymmetrical, so one side is always going to be different from the other. And sometimes it's surprising, I think, which ones are tighter or where you're sore. And sometimes it's not where you think it is. Yeah. So I was thinking we would do IT band because that's something everyone needs to work on. Does that sound good? So
That sounds like
doesn't that sound like fun?
All right, let's dig in, honey.
Okay, so we're gonna start on the mat. We're gonna start a little lower on the mat so you have room to travel, so your elbow's not on the floor, it's on the mat. That way it's more comfortable. And you're gonna start with that. We'll use this pearl ball again. You're gonna start with it on your hip. So I think we've all foam rolled before. It'll be similar, but just a little different. You're gonna start, with your bottom leg straight. I like to have that top leg bent so you can use your foot to help you balance. And we're gonna use the same principles that you did in the hamstring. So we're staying here for a couple breaths. You're gonna take an inhale, and on your exhale, you're just gonna try to let go. So the IT band is a place to really draw on that mind-body connection. It's not an area that likes to let go very easily. So you're really gonna start to concentrate on that idea of letting go under the ball. And then on your next exhale, you're just gonna pull towards the top of the mat and roll the ball into the top of the thigh. Good. So it should be below the hip crease at this point. And you're gonna take an inhale and an exhale, letting go under the ball, letting that sink in. On your next exhale, you're gonna start to sink into the ball, and as you've reached that deeper layer, you're gonna start to rotate towards the mat a little bit, letting the ball roll just in front of the side seam of the pants, starting to get towards your quad. And then you'll inhale here. You're gonna exhale, re-sink into the ball and come all the way back to the side. Awesome. And then go ahead and pull up to the top of the mat, and you're gonna roll the ball down about halfway to your knee. That's good. And then we'll do the same thing here. You're gonna inhale and exhale to stay. As you exhale, you're just gonna try to let go under the ball. And then on that second exhale, you're gonna release as much as you can, and then you're gonna start to rotate forward, letting that ball go towards the front of the thigh. Inhale and exhale here. And then as you exhale, you're sinking, and then you're gonna pull all the way back. Great, you're gonna do one more spot just before the knee. So you're gonna come about 3/4 of the way down again, not rolling on the side of the knee, keeping clear of that area. And you'll inhale and exhale here. And then on that second exhale, you're gonna release into the ball, rotate forward. Great. And then you're gonna come all the way back to the side. And then just go ahead and come off the ball. So we're getting a little bit of that back and forth, which is great because you're getting that between the IT band and the quads. Sometimes those get adhered together, so we're loosening up those connections as well.
Feels fabulous. It's also a little bit of a shoulder girdle stabilizing workout.
So this is what I like to call sneaky fitness. It's a lot of arm and some neck work because you're really having to stabilize on that side. If that is difficult, then this ball's not quite big enough, but a ball in the side of the rib cage can be really helpful to help support the body for those who have shoulder injuries or neck pain, or just when you're gaining the strength to have that much shoulder stability.
Or we're gonna get a workout today.
Okay, you wanna do the other side? So starting lower on the mat so that you have somewhere to go, and you're gonna be on the hip. Bottom leg is straight and top leg is bent. Excellent. And you are pressing into that forearm and not collapsing in the side of the ribs, which Lisa does so well. You're gonna take a couple breaths here. So each exhale, you're just focusing on that idea of sinking under where the ball is. So letting those muscles soften and letting the ball in a little more. And then on that next exhale, you're gonna pull to the top of the mat, roll the ball to the top of the thigh. So lower than that hip crease, so you're right on the top of the thigh. And you'll take an inhale here, and you're gonna exhale, sinking into the ball, letting go underneath, using that mind-body connection. On the next exhale, you're gonna sink into the ball and start to rotate forward, bringing the ball to the front of the thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, release into the ball. Keep that same deep layer as you peel back to the side. Feels good. And then when you're ready, you're gonna roll to the top of the mat. Let the ball come halfway to the knee. And that's why we're doing 3 spots, because it's pretty difficult on the shoulders. So on your exhale, you're gonna release into the ball. Inhale again. You're gonna exhale, sink into the ball and start to rotate forward. Good. Inhale to stay. Exhale, let go, and rotate back to the side. One more spot. You're gonna roll to the top of the mat, roll the ball about 3/4 of the way to the knee. And then you're inhaling, you're exhaling, letting the ball sink in a little more. Inhaling again. This time you're gonna release into the ball and start to rotate forward. The ball rolls towards the front of the thigh. Inhale here, and then exhale, let go into the ball and come all the way back to the side. And then you'll come off the ball.
My mascara is running.
All that hard work. But then you should have some extra freedom. This is really great for knee pain, because that IT band can get really tight and affect the knees. It's great for the hips. Most everybody I know needs to roll their IT band. So this is a great version. And it's a little less painful than that foam roller.
It is actually quite a bit less painful than the foam roller. I do have to agree with that. Much more gentle.
Much more gentle. Kinder, gentler. You want to do one more roll before moving on. I was thinking we would do the glutes.
Okay.
So you're in a great position.
That's your tush.
That's your tush. So start sitting side, and we'll
This way or
let's start with your right side. So yes, this way. So I'm going to give you that pearl ball, and you're going to bring it to your right sit bone. And you're going to bring both feet onto the mat. And you can use your hands on either side. And a little bit of core connection is helpful here. You're going to take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to slide the hips down and roll the ball up a little bit. And inhale again. And then exhale, a little core connection, hips slide down a little more. You can feel like the ball is pushing the glutes up as you travel. And we're going just to the top of the pelvis. On your next exhale, again, a little core connection, hips slide down a little more, lifting the glutes as it goes. And inhale, exhale. So connecting into the core to bring weight into the ball. Great. And breathe. And then letting go under the ball and sliding the hips down. Great. And then once you get to the top of the pelvis, you're just going to stop and you'll sit back up on that sit bone again. So inhale and exhale, sliding down. And then you're at the top. So come all the way back up, and we're going to do a second line here. So you're staying on your sit bone, but you're going to angle your body a little bit to the right, so you're just on that right edge of the sit bone. And we're going to go up this line, which will be really yummy and feel really good. So you're going to cross a lot of fun areas here. You're going to do the same thing here, just on this outer line now. So you'll inhale, exhale, bring weight into that ball, and send the hips towards your feet. And then another inhale, exhale, a little core connection, bringing that weight heavy into the ball as you slide down. And then breathe. And as you exhale, using that mind-body connection to let go under the ball, to let the ball sink in. Great. And breathing, inhale, exhale, heavy, heavy into the ball, hips slide down, ball rolls up. And again, same thing here. Once you get to the top of the pelvis, you're just going to come off the ball. And take a breath. And sinking, sinking, sinking into the ball, pulling the hips down, ball rolls up. Perfect. And then we're just going to switch sides.
that one doesn't want to relax.
That right side. So now here's a great opportunity to notice the difference between right and left. One side's going to be tighter, and you might be surprised there might be some areas that that are a little more sore than you think they'd be. So we're starting directly on that left sit bone. We're going to travel straight up to the top of the pelvis. You'll take an inhale here, and you're going to exhale. Send those hips down towards your feet. And then inhale again. Exhale, try to let go under the ball, and then sliding down, feeling the ball pushing the glutes up as you go. And inhale. Great. Exhale, let go under the ball, and then slide down. And you're using that core connection to help ground the weight into the ball. And breathing. And letting go, and sliding down. Great. And you're only going to the top of the pelvis. Once you're there, you're going to stop and just come straight back up to the sit bone. And then from here, we're just going to lean to the left now. So you're still touching the sit bone. You're just off to the very outer side. And we're going to go up this outer or lateral side. So taking an inhale here. And then you're going to exhale, sending the hips down, letting the ball roll up a little bit. And breathing. And then again, a little core connection and sliding down. And you're trying to let go under the ball. So whatever you need to do with that outer leg, you need to let it open or let it be long. And then you're going to slide down a little more. Great. Taking a breath, letting go under the ball and sliding down. So traveling up to the top of the pelvis. And then once you're at the top of the pelvis, you can just come off the ball and onto the mat. And feel how that feels.
Good.
Not too bad?
No. Definitely not as bad as the right side.
Okay.
But I did like having my leg go out.
Right. Yeah.
Because I
Sometimes
think
it's
that
helpful
yeah.
so you're not holding tension in that side.
Yeah.
All right. Let's switch balls. So I'll take that ball, and we're gonna go and do a few more active exercises, a little Pilates fusion with these smaller black Yamuna balls. So I'm gonna have you lying on your back. And then I'm gonna hand you these guys. And I'm gonna have you lift your hips, and you're gonna put the balls under your pelvis on either side of your sacrum. And you're just gonna, we're gonna eventually bring your feet, both feet up off of the mat. So you're gonna just make sure those balls are in a place where you can balance. Yep, great. Okay, so we're just gonna do some marches, just like regular Pilates, except you have these balls under you. So a little bit of a balance challenge, and also you're just on a little different plane. So you have your core connection. You can imagine your belt is wrapping around and hugging in front, back, side, and side. And on your next exhale, you're gonna lift your right leg up to tabletop. And then you're gonna take an inhale here. And then on your next exhale, connecting into the core a little deeper, the other leg comes up to join. Excellent. And then on your exhale, you'll bring your right leg all the way down, planting it on the floor. And then the other leg comes all the way down again. And then we're gonna do that one more time, starting with the left, connecting into your core. The left leg is gonna come up to tabletop, and then take an inhale, and exhale, the other leg comes up. Excellent. From here, let's do some reaches. So connecting into your core, you're gonna take an inhale, and now on your exhale, you're gonna reach your right leg out out on the diagonal, and then you're gonna bring it back in. And then exhale, left leg goes on the diagonal. You get to choose how high or low this is. The things I want you to think about is you're able to keep a little core connection and that you can keep your neck and chest soft. Inhale to bring that in, and exhale to reach. And inhale to come in. So each time as you exhale, core engages and then the leg moves. And then inhale to come in, and exhale, core engages and leg moves, and bring it back in. And pause right here, and we'll do a couple of toe taps. So again, you don't have to tap the toe all the way to the floor, and your hips are a little higher. So you're just gonna go to where you can keep it all together and your neck is nice and soft with no tension. And when you're ready, on your exhale, core engages first, then the leg, and then you're gonna bring it back. And again, core engages, leg lowers. Great. So you're keeping the chest soft, low belly drawing in, and then left leg taps, and bring it back in, and one more time each side. Great. And last time on the left. Excellent. And you can hug the knees if you want. And then we're gonna bring the feet down. And we're just gonna do a little bit of rocking, which will feel nice on your back. So you're just gonna let the tailbone tilt down as much as you're comfortable. And then you're gonna let it tilt up. And a little bit of down. And up. And one more time, a little bit of down. And we'll just add a little circle into this. So you can tilt up, tilt to one side a little, tilt down, back to the center, other side. Great. And then you're gonna reverse that circle And then you're gonna come back to center. Okay. And then you're gonna lift your hips up, take the balls out, and bring the hips back down onto the mat. I'll take those. And how does that feel?
Very nice, and it's time for a nap.
It is time for a nap. I want to do some hip rolls now that add, we were talking about fascia earlier, so that add a little bit of that fascia component of getting some length and some extra stretch. So you're going to start with your feet hip width apart, and your arms are going to be down by your side. And I'll just tell you a little bit before we start. So this will be like a normal hip roll, except you're going to add your arms into it. So the arms will go up overhead as you roll up, and you're just going to time it so as the hips hit the top, the arms are going to be up over your head. And then we're going to keep the arms up there as we roll down, and then the arms will come down at the very end. So you're going to take an inhale here. Great. And then when you're ready, you're going to exhale, scoop through your imprint, start to peel that tailbone off the mat. You're thinking one vertebrae at a time, and those arms come up and over with you. Excellent. You're going to inhale to stay here. You're going to exhale, start to soften the chest and roll down, keeping the arms up. And then the arms come back down by your side. And we'll do that again, just like that, timing the hips and the arms at the same time, peeling the spine off the mat, pressing into the feet to engage those leg muscles. Great. And then you inhale, reaching through the knees. Exhale, soften the chest, rolling down, lengthening the sides of the body. And after that tailbone comes down heavy, the arms come down by your side. Excellent. And then again, you're going to reach up and over as you roll up, peeling the spine off the mat, pressing the feet into the floor. This time we're going to keep your right arm up, and let's bring the left arm down. And you're going to go ahead and roll down with just the one side up. Excellent. And then that arm comes back down, and we'll do the opposite. Rolling up again, both arms. Pressing into the feet. Little connection in the inner thigh. And let's bring the right arm down by the side. And exhale, lowering down. And then bringing the arm down. And relax. So that's just adding a little extra onto the hip roll. You're getting some length in the side body. You're getting stretch for your lats. And a little different twist on that exercise we've all done several times.
It's fabulous.
Awesome. Okay. That is all my supine.
Flip?
Flip.
Okay.
Oh, I have multiple things I want to do here. Okay. So we're just going to start with a little upper back mobility. We're going to take this black Yamuna ball, and we're going to bring it maybe just a little bit down from the top of the sternum, right in the center. So this is going to be like a little baby swan. Excellent. Okay, so great, you're getting all set up here. Little core connection. You're going to reach really long through the top of the head, and then you're going to use that ball to help press into. So you're going to think of your spine lengthening long and then starting to curve up, thinking of that one vertebrae at a time idea. And we're just doing a little baby version, so the bottom ribs stay down on the mat. Great, and then you're gonna inhale at the top, let that breath go into where the ball is, and then you're gonna lower back down. So the ball can be nice because you can use that ball to press into and reach out from. And again, when you're ready, you're gonna lengthen really long through the top of the head. Think of the spine lengthening out and then curving up. The collarbone can rotate up towards the sky. And then sinking into the ball and lowering down. And we'll just do one more. Reaching long, reaching out from the ball, and then using that ball as that focal point to curve from. Great. And then sinking down and lowering. And then you can take that ball away. And we'll just continue on this swan theme with this bigger ball. So you're going to bring this ball to your pubic bone. This is where the real fun begins. Okay, so we're just going to start on the pubic bone, and we're going to start with a few breaths because we're on the bone and we want to prepare the body for rolling into the abdomen. So this is a really great version of doing this type of exercise. The ball, you're getting length in through all these muscles, and the ball gets to stimulate the organs and your abdomen, but also you're getting a lot of support in the swan, and I think it feels really great in the low back. So when you're ready, you're going to pull back towards your feet and let the ball roll up just above that pubic bone. And you're going to take a couple breaths here, and your breath here is going to be into your belly, so you're breathing into the ball to back the ball out, and then you're exhaling, just letting the ball in as far as you want. So this is not the most comfortable of things to do when you first start doing it. It's a very odd sensation having a ball in your belly. Great. And then when you're ready, you're going to pull back a little more and let the ball roll up. You're not going to let that ball go above your navel. You're going to keep it navel level or below. And again, you're going to do a few breaths into here, inhaling into the ball, and then exhaling, letting the ball sink in. Great. Okay, we're going to do a little swan here. So you can, if you want, you can come down all the way onto the mat with your chest, and you're going to bring your arms out to the side. So you're going to breathe, and you're going to start to lengthen through the top of the head and start lifting the chest. And you're going to press into your hands. And you're going to go ahead and, let that ball support you. And you're going to inhale, let the chest lift. And you're going to exhale, just staying there, letting the belly be supported by the ball. And again, as you inhale, you can try to let the chest lift a little more, lengthen out from the ball, and exhale, lower all the way back down. And we'll do that one more time. Are you at your navel level?
I'm just below
Just
my
below
belly
it?
button.
Okay, that's a good place.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
All right.
okay. Okay. So let's do one more time. You're going to take a breath. You're going to lengthen through the top of the head. Start to roll a marble away with your nose. Lift your chest. Reach through the arms. And then exhale. You're going to inhale, lift the chest, let the collarbones rotate up. And then exhale, coming down. And then you're just going to take the ball out of your belly and come onto your back and let that settle. How did that feel for you? Ball in stomach?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How's that?
I do think it's nice to have, for such a big back bend, to have that ball in there because it does provide a little back support. But it is an unusual sensation to have a ball in your stomach, for sure. Not the most comfortable. So with that, let's do another exercise on your back.
Okay.
A little more abdominal focused again. I'm just going to trade. We'll do this stronger ball. I'm going to hand this to you again, and you're going to put it under your pelvis at the top of the sacrum, kind of sacrum, lumbar, bottom lumbar, top sacrum. And again, we're going to be lifting your feet. So you want to be in a place where you can lift the feet. And then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to hold on to the ball. So I like to hold on to it with my thumbs above and my hands wrapping around. So you have that grip. And then without moving the ball or pushing it away from you, you're going to just give the ball a little traction. So you are going to be pushing it towards your feet, just not actually moving it out from under you. And from here, we're going to bring those legs back up to tabletop. Great. And then we're going to straighten them long. And again, you get to choose how low you go. You're on a wobbly ball surface, but you're gonna keep that traction happening, especially as you lower your legs. So you'll take an inhale. You're gonna exhale, really connect and be strong in the torso. And when you're ready, you're gonna lower the legs down just to where you're comfortable as you're tractioning and pushing the ball. And then you're gonna just bring the legs back up. So a little lower and lift of the legs, and exhale to lower down, low belly draws in. And inhale, legs lift. Great. So this one is great because you get to control how far down the legs go. You're keeping the neck soft and tension-free. So for some of us, maybe the legs don't go down very far. For others, you can go down a little further. And we'll do one more. Great, and coming back up. And then we're gonna come back to a tabletop with your legs. And the next version of this is harder because you're gonna bring the feet all the way to the ground. So the closer to your body the feet come, the easier it is. The further away from your body, the harder it is. You're really using that traction again. And you're gonna take an inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna lower the legs all the way to tap the floor. And you're gonna bring them back up. And then you're gonna do that again. Exhale to lower. And you're using that traction the whole time. And one more time. And then you're just gonna bend the knees and let them hug in. And you're gonna stay there for a couple breaths, just letting that traction happen and letting the ball be in that sacrum area. And then when you're ready, you can bring your feet down and take the ball out. And then you're gonna feel how that feels. And you should feel a little more length in that low back area from that. That's actually the secret of that exercise. So now let's do another exercise. I'm gonna have you come up to sitting. And I'm just gonna hand you this bigger ball. And we're gonna place it about lower shoulder blade level. And you'll have your feet, knees bent, feet on the mat. Great. And you're gonna have your hands behind your head for support. So just make sure that you're not pulling the head forward and you're letting your head fall back into your hands and be supported. Excellent. So we're starting in this neutral position and we're gonna go into an extension. So you're gonna inhale, extending over the ball but not collapsing. Excellent. You're gonna side bend. Let's bend to the right. Perfect. And then you're gonna exhale again, come up to your neutral. And let's come back to the center. Perfect. We'll do the other side. You're gonna extend, take an inhale. Let's side bend. You're gonna flex up to neutral and come back to the center. Perfect. Again, lengthening. So you're wrapping the spine around the ball, keeping connection, coming to a side bend, and coming up, back to the center. And one more time this direction. So keeping the abdominals supported, side bending, great, without twisting, and back to the center. Let's reverse that. So you're gonna side bend to the right. You're gonna extend from here. You're gonna come to the center and coming up to your neutral. Great, you're gonna side bend to the left. You're gonna extend over the ball. Great, you're coming to the center and you're flexing up. Let's do that one more time to the side. And then extending over the ball, wrapping the spine around, coming center and back up. Last time to the left, side bending. Great. Doing an awesome job at keeping the hips level and flexing back up. And relax, bring your hands by the side and just come up to sitting. And I'm gonna trade balls with you again. You'll come back to that silver ball. And I'm gonna have you start at the back of your mat. We're gonna do our grand finale, rolling up the spine. And I'm gonna have you bring the ball, you're gonna bring your feet back on the mat, knees bent. And you're gonna bring the ball snug right in the center. And then I'm just gonna have you use your hands and your feet and you're gonna come up onto the ball, bringing it as low on the spine as you can, but staying on the back. So you're not gonna let the ball touch the tip, the very, very, very tip of the tailbone. And it's gonna stay on the back. Great. So from here, we're gonna roll up the center of the spine. You're gonna take an inhale, On your exhale, you're going to think of that core idea. So you're going to think of front to back to ball. So front of the body draws to the back of the body and grounds into the ball. And then again, take an inhale. On your exhale, front of the body, back of the body into the ball, you're going to send your hips out front and the ball's going to roll up to the next vertebrae. Inhale here. And then exhale, front to back to ball. So low abs draw into the spine, spine into the ball. Inhale again. Exhale, do that. Front to back to ball, hips pull down, ball rolls up. Excellent. Taking a breath. So we have our sneaky fitness again, lots of core work happening here. Good. But you're getting a nice spine massage at the same time. And inhale. Exhale. Front to back to ball, grounding into the ball, lowering down. And about this time, you can bring those hips down. And you can keep the hands right next to you on the side. You can come down to those forearms. If you wanted to make it harder, more abdominal work, you could reach your arms out in front or you could grab the back of your legs. But we want to have a nice relaxing time here because this is our final exercise. You're going to take an inhale and again, exhale, front to back to ball. Yep, and slide down. Great. Inhale, and here you get to start focusing that breath into the ball. Exhale, grounding into the ball. You're going to press into your feet, lift your hips, pull the hips out, and roll the ball up a little more. Taking a breath. And then exhale, grounding into the ball, picking the hips up, pulling down, ball rolls up. Once you get into that supported rib cage right at the bottom of the shoulder blades, if you want, you can bring the hands behind the head to support the head, or you can keep the hands down. Again, take a big inhale, breathing, expanding the rib cage into the back, and then exhale, grounding into the ball, hips pull out, rolling up. Good. Inhale, filling that whole rib cage, thinking of breathing those back ribs into the ball. Exhale, connecting in, hips pick up, creating a really long line between the ball and the tip of the tailbone, and coming down. And breathing, big inhale into the chest, into that upper back area. And exhale, sternum gets heavy into the ball, the hips pick up, and you're starting to get to the top of the back. Another inhale, exhale, heavy sternum sinking into the ball, hips pick up, pulling down. And as you're at the very top of the back, you're just gonna give a little bit more of a head nod. You're gonna get your hair out of the way. And we're gonna roll into the neck, the next roll. So you're gonna pick the hips up, pull the hips towards the feet, roll the ball into the back of the neck. So on that next roll, you're gonna roll the ball fully into the back of the neck. Taking an inhale and exhale, picking the hips up. And then you should be able to set the head down over the ball, just draping the head over the ball. Your arms can come down on your side. So now here's where the work gets a lot easier. You're gonna let the weight of the head help bring weight into the ball. You're gonna let the neck relax. And this is a great time to have a wardrobe adjustment. So if you feel like your shirt, and I feel like your shirt is getting a little tangled up in here. So we're gonna pull it down. There we go.
Much better.
Yeah. That's the problem with the clothes and the balls. Sometimes they get rolled up. So checking in here and there to make sure that you're not getting in a situation where you're gonna get choked by your shirt. All right, so the next move is gonna be, you're gonna reach your right shoulder towards your foot. You're gonna reach your left shoulder towards your foot. You're gonna pick the hips up ever so slightly and scooch them down, and the ball is gonna roll up a little bit. And take a breath here. And exhale, just relax. And again, we're gonna reach one shoulder down, the other shoulder down, and you're gonna shimmy the hips down and roll the ball up a little bit more. And take a breath. And relax the head into the ball. And again, on the next breath, you're gonna scoot right shoulder down, left shoulder down, pick the hips up, pull the hips down, roll the ball into the base of the skull. Put the ball in the base of the skull, then chin gets to go forward. And you're just gonna rest here, letting the ball prop the head up. This is a great place for the ball to be. It can get all those nice suboccipital muscles. So let the face relax. You're gonna let the eyes just melt. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. And let all the jaw muscles go. And take a couple more breaths here. Just letting the neck relax, letting the face relax. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your head in one hand to support it, and you're going to remove the ball with the other hand, and we'll set the head down on the floor. And from here, you can keep the knees bent if you want, or you can straighten them out. And we're just going to take a couple breaths here now, letting the whole body relax. So you're letting the floor rise up to support the body, still letting that face relax, letting the head be heavy on your mat, and letting the breath go nice and easy. Great. And then when you're ready, you can roll over to one side, and you can bring yourself up to sitting. Awesome job.
Thank you, darling. That was fabulous. And again, I could use a nap, but
That last roll is definitely super relaxing.
yeah, it's glorious.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to check us out at our YouTube channel or our Facebook page or our Instagram account. And if you want more information about Tiffany, you can check out lotusmovement.com, LOTUS movement, like the flower.com. And she also has a Facebook page, so you can look her up on Facebook and talk to her there. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Aloha.